What is up, everyone? Welcome to the UnderDog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skin, alongside Antonio Fiore, Salestrina. Gentlemen, week one's in the books.
Uh-huh.
How do we feel? Did we lose all of our
It was a great
money?
week of football. It was a great week of football.
Honestly,
Yeah, we're good.
one of the better opening weeks we've had in a while, I feel like. Or I'm just doing, this is recency bias, but I don't know.
I think all the
Thursday was-
primetime games were done, and that's what really
Thursday was
sways.
the post game.
That is
Yeah.
true. That's a good indicator of how
Philly
the
wasn't
weekend is. Did we lose our shirts on Sunday?
I actually did pretty good.
I actually did pretty good too.
Oh, I did horrible.
I took the Bears when they were down 14-3, I think they were. And then it went to 17-3 or something, and then I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And then second half came around, and the Bears defense just became the 85 Bears defense somehow.
Yeah, Jesus
And then-
Christ.
And then magically, I had $20 on Joe Mixon to lead Sunday in rushing yards, and he was the rushing yards leader.
Was he actually?
Yeah, 159 yards or 160 yards.
That's
He
kind
loves-
of nuts.
Fantasy points.
Yeah, he loves doing that against the Colts for some reason. He's had like 3 games against the Colts, and all 3 of them he's just gone off against them for no reason.
Wow.
I took Philly on Friday when they were plus money. After
Mm.
Jalen Hurts came out, it looked like shit.
Yeah, he looked awful.
And this one drive happened, and I was like, all right, I just need to see Jalen Hurts complete one pass, and I'm placing my bet. He completed like a 4-yard pass to a tight end, and I was like, all right, let's jump in. But then Sunday, I bet the Giants and lost that. I had a Falcons and Steelers, I had a Falcons and Bengals parlay money line. That was horrible. That lost. Cardinals money line lost, but my one bet that won Sunday was Stephon Diggs touchdown parlayed with the Cardinals spread.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And of course, it was the least amount I put on anything, but it was still like 20 to win like 130.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I was preaching Stephon Diggs touchdown last week, and me and you both loved Cardinals plus 6.5. We thought that was true. I mean, I like the money line too, but
Yeah, so the one that hit for me was I had Bijan over 60 rushing yards and then the under in the first half of that game. And then in the 4:00 slate, I had Jaden Daniels 40 plus rushing yards, easiest money I've ever made in my life.
yeah, that was free. Jeez.
And then Cowboys money line parlayed together.
Nice.
And then I had a parlay for the 8:00 game that got absolutely fucking smoked.
I took the Rams live money line when they were down 14 or whatever, and then I thought I made the greatest bet in the world, the history of the world, and then Detroit
Yeah,
did that.
tell me if this would have been before the game. Tell me if this would have been a bad bet. I had Sam Laporta anytime touchdown, 250 plus passing yards for Jared Goff, Lions -6, over 54.5 or 54.
I mean, because it didn't hit, it's a bad bet, but no, that's not a bad bet.
yeah, but before
Before
the
the game.
yeah, I thought I was
No.
cooking with that one, to be honest.
I mean,
But,
Laporte didn't get as many looks as I thought he would.
Yeah, same here. I guess let's just move into last week. Let's start with Baltimore and KC. How do we feel about that game?
It was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
I think it was a great game. I mean,
it's one of those that you like
And
kind of
I
you
never
kind of are like hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Like you just think it's gonna be like a slow game, or like maybe one team pulls away or whatever. But then like you get Lamar looking like prime Lamar with whatever 100 something rushing yards, or like what do you have 90 rushing yards or something like that.
no, he
and
had
it felt
like
like every
115 or something.
Yeah, it felt like every play it was running for a first down, and then it's like, all right, Zay Flowers had like a big first half. Like it was just one of those where like the stars were playing like stars. Like Xavier Worthy comes in, just scores 2 touchdowns. Like it was a great opening night of football.
this close game. It never felt like the Chiefs were gonna lose though.
Well, it kind of did after the first drive, but then when they came back and scored a touchdown, you're like, oh, they're not losing this game. You're just like, okay.
Yeah, it did feel like the Chiefs were in control the whole time, but it was like the perfect. It felt like a playoff game to me. It felt like these two teams. It was like almost like they played a game a week after the AFC Championship game, and like this would have been the game. And like it had everything. It had all the drama, had everything going. At the end, Isaiah Likely being out of bounds. Right before that,
barely.
him missing Zay Flowers, who was wide open.
Yep.
How do you miss that throw, bro? He was so open.
I don't know. Lamar loves doing that, though.
And he's good for one fumble at least every single game.
Yep.
That's where I thought it was going to fall apart for the Ravens, but they did a good job of like kind of just staying in it and keeping it a game, which I thought was good with the Likely's first touchdown.
Antonio, I think you're gonna agree with this thesis. I think if there's ever a year where like the Chiefs go out early, they have to start like 7-0 or 8-0 to really reel people in, and then like it just like falls out towards the end of the year.
Someone gets hurt like in the middle.
Yeah, like Kelsey gets hurt late on, or like I don't know, like whatever.
Yeah, I could see them starting on like us here, dude.
Like they could just go 8-0 for no reason and then lose in the first round of the playoffs somehow. Like I could see that.
Antonio,
Like
you can't be saying shit like that because then that shit happens and you're like, oh, I can't believe that happened.
I would love that to
happen. That's crazy.
I don't know. Well,
not anybody getting hurt. I mean, like,
well, I'm saying it more in the sense that like they normally do the reverse. So if they're going to start out hot this year, like maybe they do just like lose an early playoff game this year because it hasn't happened in the 6 years that he's been the quarterback.
Speaking of teams that start out hot, the Bengals.
He's 1-8 in November games, I want to say, or in the first 2 September games. I don't know why I said November. The first 2 September games, he's like, huh? Yeah, Joe Burrow. Yeah.
Because it's like the last 2 years they started off 0-3 and 1-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do usually have a slow start. I did think this would be the year though that they didn't do that.
Yeah, me too.
I am concerned. Did you see him like shaking his wrist a shit ton?
Yeah, that was not
Is
great.
that the same wrist that he hurt?
I'm fairly confident, yeah.
And he had surgery on it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good.
It's definitely a bad sign.
How much of it do you think was what?
When all of us picked them to go to the Super Bowl, then that's obviously going to happen.
He's going to get hurt. He's going to be out tomorrow. He's going to get hurt in practice. But how much of that do you think was Cincinnati just not being ready? And how much of that was like the Patriots having like a good game plan?
I think it's just like 90% like the Bengals just like quote unquote were up for the game. Like whatever that means. Like
I think they almost just like underestimated the Patriots a little bit.
Well, yeah, but at the same time it's like
I definitely agree with that.
Well, no, I agree with it, but like they just didn't like they run this 4th down and 2 like halfway through the game, and it's like a little like out towards the sideline, and it was one of the worst like slowly developed plays I've ever seen. It's like they were just running everything at like 70%. Like they just like weren't. It was like preseason for them. It was just that game was so weird.
That game was very weird. What I did like being a Patriots fan, these are the type of games that they just kept losing last year, and it's nice to finally see them actually finish a game and like actually win. The whole time I was waiting for it to be like, oh, here we go, the Bengals are just gonna win now. Yeah, and it just never happened. So that makes me very happy because
how good is Brissett for a few weeks?
Brissett will be so like he'll be so solid for like these next 6 games or however long they're gonna keep him in there. He's just gonna be so solid. He's never gonna fuck up too much. He might have a fuck up here and there, but like he'll be good enough where he's not gonna be the problem. It's gonna be like everything else. He did make some good throws. He made some plays with his feet. I was very surprised at how well he played, to be honest.
Yeah, well, anything's better than Mac Jones.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I mean, just him, being a little bit older.
He's Jacksonville's backup now, right?
Yeah.
I think he's Jacksonville's 3rd stringer. I think they have 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's move on to Green Bay and Philly. Obviously, big story. Jordan Love out 3 to 4 weeks, MCL sprain. I think best case scenario for Green Bay, because that injury did not look good. I thought for sure it was like MCL tear or something. Like you saw it pop, and I was like, damn, like that really fucking sucks.
Yeah, I thought he was toast for sure.
So I guess best case scenario, worst thing ever is having Malik Willis come in for the next 3 or 4 weeks. That's going to be tough.
Jesus,
They don't play like the hard. They don't play like the hardest teams. I mean, they have the Colts this week, I think. Let me double check that.
And they do, and they're at home.
So they got the Colts at home, and then like I think their next 3 or 4 games aren't terrible. So I mean, I guess it's okay. Like this would have been the best case scenario if Jordan Love was to get hurt, I think.
Yeah.
And not to mention like Green Bay looked good too.
I think both those teams look good. I mean, both defenses obviously were letting up huge plays, but
big sign for the Eagles here. I think they needed this win.
The Eagles need it way worse than the Packers did. I agree with that.
And you could definitely tell Kellen Moore has his fingerprints all over this team now. That was a very Kellen Moore masterclass in offensive play calling.
I think you give Saquon the ball till the wheels fall off, basically.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
That was ridiculous.
What a fucking game, dude.
But I mean, it's just definitely what I expected to happen.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's got to be careful though. He's injury prone too, but I think like if he can keep this up, I mean, obviously not getting 3 touchdowns every game, but like if he can keep it up where he can get really good production, I mean, the Eagles are going to be good again, man. I think their defense is still an issue, but
the defense is a big issue. With the way it's week 1, so like you never know, but with the way they played, like that's not a Super Bowl defense.
Yeah, like that first touchdown that Green Bay scored down the field, he was just wide open, horrible defense.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of touchdowns they gave up were really just kind of bonehead defensive plays, guys not being where they're supposed to be, letting someone get absolutely wide open down the field.
A lot of people talking shit about the quality of the field. How do we feel about that?
I mean,
yeah, that was pretty obvious.
Obviously the quality of the field was bad, but you're also playing in Brazil, so my expectations for the turf aren't really the highest.
Yeah, that was kind of my sort of thing. I was like, what did everyone expect?
Well, they're playing on grass, right?
Huh?
They were playing on grass, right?
Yeah.
It was like partial grass and something else. I remember them saying that.
Yeah, I mean it was grass because I mean that's how they play soccer in these other countries. They want it to be on grass and not turf, which I get because it's the fine balance, right? No one wants it to be on turf because there's a lot of fucking injuries, but at the same time you get shit like this.
So much.
Yeah, you get shit like this where if it's bad quality field and people are freaking ice skating everywhere, and then you get an injury like that, and it's like, oh man, like it was just a bad look.
No.
All right, let's move on to Sal's boyfriend, Caleb Williams in Tennessee. We talked about it in the beginning with your bet, but I mean, what the hell? The Bears defense was like, I'll just do it.
He played bad. I mean,
he didn't look great, but I mean, they get the win.
Yeah, I mean, a win's a win, but like at the same time, he did nothing to contribute to it. I'm by no means off the bandwagon, but at the same time, we got to build. We can't be throwing for less than 100 yards every week either.
I mean, that offensive line is dog shit.
Yeah, it's very bad, and that's the Tennessee Titans too. So it's like, what happens when they go against like really good teams? Like what happens when they go against the Lions or like someone like that? Like
Aiden Hutchinson. Oh my god, he's gonna kill Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I will say though, with all that, I'm happy he didn't make like too many mistakes. Like that could have easily been like a 3 interception game if he was trying to like force something or he didn't like really fumble. Like so those are good signs. But yeah, he didn't look great.
Yeah. I mean there were a couple drops and a couple like near like 50-yard throws. So there's signs there.
Keenan Allen's he's hurt and limping everywhere. Adunze's out now, I think, right? He had like an MCL thing or something.
Jesus. Well, that's shitty for them.
Did they put him on the IR? I don't remember, but he is hurt, so we'll see what happens with that.
I do want to say I said that the Titans were going to go up early and then the Bears were going to come back. I know it's not the way I said it, but
in the group chat, I was like, I've never seen someone be so right and so wrong at the same time.
I
had nothing to do with Caleb Williams, but you were so right about them coming back and winning.
I have the perfect read on this game. The Titans go up like 14-3 like 7 or something early, and then they come back and the Bears win in the second half, and that's basically what happened. So
I mean, Will Levis, dude, that interception he threw at the end.
and then he was like on his knees when he was returning it.
Yeah, he's got his hands behind his
Yeah.
head.
If
That was
he plays all
terrible.
17 games, he's gonna throw a lot of picks.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Dude, that pick was so bad.
It was so bad. Did you see Bill Belichick was ripping into him on McAfee today?
No,
He's like, you just
Wow.
can't. He's like, you
That's
just
so
can't
funny.
do that. He's like, you can't be making those throws.
I
gonna-
don't know. Watch that after now.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be like a 25 touchdown, like 21 interception season.
I could see that. Calvin Ridley up to his same tricks, fucking 8 points this week. Like Jesus Christ, man.
I didn't
Like,
touch that in any leagues, dude.
I have him in mine and Nolan's league, and I think I have him in one of our leagues. It's like, dude,
Yeah, in the 8-man you do.
I feel like I keep falling for it. Like, it's just like I don't even know how to. He's like a slot machine. Like,
I
you're like,
couldn't picture him in a Titans jersey, so I was
How
like,
did your fantasy team do, Sal? I didn't really pay attention to everyone else.
I beat whoever I played in the 12-man lead, and then I lost in the 8-man lead by 3 points because I played in a Super Cup on Sunday night, which is pretty typical. So
What about our league?
I got smoked by Robbie, but I also had McCaffrey and no Jordan Mason. So
Damn.
yeah, Dave Stefaniak was the highest leading scorer.
Oh, you have Marvin Harrison on your team, don't you?
he looked horrendous.
I won in the league that I had him.
Brother, that video that got sent to the group chat of him running a route, that literally was a 14-year-old running a comeback. Like,
But then he was wide open late in the game.
He was wide open late in the game.
congratulations. The the quarterback is 2 feet tall. He couldn't see him.
That was another good game, though, by the way.
It was a really good.
Kyler Murray played so good in the first half and so fucking bad in the second half, bro. If he just put 48 minutes together, they would have kicked that team's butt. But
He
like,
just doesn't have the stamina yet, or maybe, or
I don't know, bro.
Defense
But
kinda
that was a weak second half by them. Honestly, I really like the Cardinals, and I'm not gonna lie, I got lucky that they covered because they had that kick return for a touchdown.
Oh yeah.
Without that, they probably don't cover.
that backdoor cover was huge.
So, because Josh Allen was in fucking X Games mode for a little bit.
Josh Allen was, yeah, he was dominating.
He was a tank. Like,
I mean, he is a
him running
tank.
into-
I mean,
he's a
I mean,
tank.
he's the best player ever, dude. I don't know what
He might be. No, he's better than Patrick Mahomes. I love him.
He's so good.
All right. Let's move on to like Houston, Indy. What do we think about that game? Anthony Richardson looked pretty good too.
He looked good and bad at the same time. I called the Diggs touchdown as well. There were some things I got pretty good last week. I
Had
was
him on
really,
my fantasy team. That was nice.
really adamant about him scoring.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
He
2
did score 2,
tutties.
but I said 1.
33 yards.
I mean, I feel like
33.
Ew.
I feel like
Is
that
he a tight
game.
end?
6 for 33 with 2 touchdowns.
That's a
Damn.
touch. That's a
Does he
tight
like
end.
hands?
He likes Nico Collins for most of the work. It just
Yeah.
seems like Stephon Diggs will be more like the red zone threat, which I'm fine with him being on my fantasy team. I have Nico Collins in the other league that I'm in, but Stephon Diggs in this one.
Well, yeah, that was good for me as I have Diggs on every single team that I drafted.
Well, it
Yeah,
turns out
he's-
Joe Mixon might have been a steal, depending on if he can stay
Oh.
healthy for 16 games. But
Yeah, definitely.
I have him in the 8-man.
I have him in the 12.
Worked out pretty good for me.
Detroit and the Rams. How do we feel about that game?
Detroit looked pretty mid-pack. I was expecting a lot more from them, and the fact that they covered that game was pretty fucking stupid. But whatever.
Yeah, with the
How
touchdown
stupid
in
and cool got
overtime.
hurt.
Wait, what happened?
How long is Puka out?
At least 4 weeks. He's on the IR.
I thought it was the season.
No, I
You're-
think he's on the IR, but I don't know if they know when
Um,
he's coming back. So at least 4 weeks.
Gotcha.
Cooper Cup was ranked way too low in fantasy.
I don't know. I obviously agree now at this point, but like at the same time, my opinion of him was that he looked so fucking bad last year. Like he just looked so old and so slow.
Yeah, I mean,
He
this opens up the
definitely-
door for him. People who have Cooper
Well,
Cup
he
in their
definitely-
fantasy.
He definitely was still recovering from injuries, so like that's probably a
Yeah.
big factor. But so like having a fresh seat, like The other thing too, though, is if he starts getting 12, 13 targets a game, he's gonna go out with an injury sooner than later. Like he's getting hurt. Like
Yeah, they're gonna have to rely on like Kyron Williams. I think a little bit out of the passing game a little bit more.
no,
I'm okay with that too. He's on my fantasy.
I
Pull him off of the
the
punt returns. We'll be golden.
yeah. There you go. I mean, I think we're ignoring the elephant in the room.
Who?
What happened with the Jets game last night?
Oh, the Jets.
No, the Jets.
I was moving
we
on
didn't
to
talk
that
about the
next.
Giants. We'll talk about the Giants after. But what happened with the
What
Jets?
are we going to talk about the Giants for? Seriously?
Oh no, I thought he was asking me like, what do you got to say about your team?
The Giants.
just
The
talk about
Giants are the worst team in the NFL, and that's all we need to say about that.
I mean, Daniel Jones is worse than what's worse than a burger.
Like, yeah, and the defense looks good, and then
Only the Giants.
I was in a survivor pool and I took the Giants. That's how stupid I am.
Oh my
the
god!
Vikings definitely are not going to be like bottom 5 team in the league.
I mean, it's easy to look. It's easy to look at it against the Giants, so I'm still not gonna back down.
Only the Giants' defense could make Sam Darnold look like one of the best quarterbacks.
Darnold isn't like a shit quarterback.
He started the game 12 for 12. Like, get the fuck out of here, Antonio.
Only the Giants' defense could make him do that.
Like, he's not doing that every week.
No, he's never gonna do that again. That was his one.
The former number 2 overall pick.
All right, keep talking to him.
He's
That's
fucking
fine.
dog shit. There's no way.
Hold on, we'll talk about the Jets in a second. I'm very mad at myself for just being off this whole Tampa Bay, not run.
I'm surprised you are
but
too.
I don't know why I'm so anti them. I don't know. I saw them obviously Sunday playing, and I'm just like, why do I hate this team? I really like Mike Evans. I don't hate Baker. Baker's fun. I don't know. I don't know what my animosity is towards them or was towards them.
I think I don't know if you hated them or if it was more like everyone's just so high on the Bucks now, and Baker had a good year, so now everyone's sucking him off.
Yeah,
but you're right. I mean, nothing really much changed. They're gonna be good. They're in a weak division, weak conference.
They're a solid NFL team. They're a good NFL team. They're not.
I mean, they're definitely going back to the playoffs.
They should. I mean, depending on what Atlanta does, I don't know. Dude, Atlanta's that's a slot machine. The Atlanta Falcons are a fucking slot machine.
They don't know how to use Bijan either. They have no idea what to do with Bijan.
Arthur Smith revenge game.
Oh my god, yeah, he got his revenge. He did. I mean, pissed. What do they do with every week he looks really good for 2 or 3 plays on red zone, and then you look at his stats and it's 18 rushes, 70 yards, no touchdown. It's so what did he do all game? Other than those 2 plays?
I mean, I had him 60 plus rushing yards, and it was kind of a sweat. I mean, I think he ended up with 80, but it was a sweat there for a little bit.
That shouldn't even be a sweat.
No, he ended up with 68, and I was it was it's kind of a sweat there for a second. I was like, this should not be a sweat right now.
But why is he struggling to that 60 yards? That just speaks volumes to either the offensive line or the scheme.
I will say though, I mean, Pittsburgh has always had a stingy defense.
TJ Watt takes so many steroids. It's unbelievable.
Dude, TJ Watt is one of the greatest football players of this generation, and people don't talk about it enough, dude.
No, he puts steroids in his breakfast. That's all he does.
He is in on every play. I mean, we're sitting here how come Bijan didn't get as many? A lot of it was TJ Watt.
I mean, dude,
he's a force.
JJ won 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards in a row, but is TJ better, dude?
TJ Watt's a better player than JJ Watt.
I mean, he stays a little bit healthier than JJ Watt does.
Because, Antonio, you want to know why? Because when that fucker's in the lineup, they actually win football games. They're really good with him in the lineup.
He is such a disruptor on defense. He literally will just disrupt everything that you have possibly going. But and then the rest of the defense isn't bad either.
If he's healthy for a whole season, he is a threat to break the sack record.
Yeah,
MVP?
Definitely.
MVP?
I mean, Defensive Player of the Year has his name written on all over it every single year.
If the Steelers got the 1 seed and he had 23 sacks, could he get MVP?
Yes.
Yeah.
If he broke the sack record, yes.
That's
Why can't he? What does he have? Does he have 2.5 already?
I don't know. It would have to be that, and it would also depend.
They would have to be the 1 seed. They'd have to be the 1 seed in the fucking conference.
I don't know about that. If they made the playoffs as a division winner, and there wasn't a quarterback that threw for like 50 touchdowns.
Fair.
All right, let's talk about the Jets. What the fuck happened?
They just jetted.
I mean, I will say, I don't think the Jets were really that bad. I think they just got stifled on offense in the second half.
No,
Obviously,
the defense was just piss poor, man.
and the defense
Like,
was piss poor. That was a lot of it. But like, and then obviously like Aaron Rodgers, like I don't think it was his fault, but like the pick what came at such a bad time. They were building
the pick was at a
momentum to
bad
get
time.
back in the game, and then that just happened, and they were at the 50, and it's like that just killed it, killed all
There
the
was a
momentum.
lot of just stupid Jets plays. Like third down on the first drive, Lazard drops a pass. It's like that would have been an easy first down. Then the other, what did you just say? What play?
The interception in the second half.
The interception was at a terrible time, and then right before the half, San Francisco got the ball, scored, and then got the ball down and scored. So it's like they put up 10 points back to back and hold the ball for like 16 minutes of game clock. Like,
I mean,
it was
yeah,
just one of those things. They couldn't make a play. Like, they just weren't doing anything. Like,
and I'm sure that had a lot to do with like why the defense was so fucking bad in the second half. Like they were fucking tired, bro. Like the offense barely had the fucking ball
yeah,
at all.
Yeah.
So like it was just constantly they were out there. So I mean, that's obviously going to be a killer for anybody. But holy shit, that fucking I'm blanking on his name. The running back for San Fran.
No, Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason. Yeah, sorry, I was blanking. But he came in and looked absolutely crazy.
I mean, anyone on a Shanahan offense seems to always look good. McCaffrey's obviously a terrible.
What is going on with Christian McCaffrey? Like,
I drafted him first in our league, Nolan. So
I mean, yeah, but like, yo, I saw today that like they don't even know if he'll be like he has like what is it, tendicitis or whatever the fuck it is, tendinitis in his Achilles or what is it? What is his calf or his Achilles?
And like John on his fucking Achilles.
Yeah, like they're saying he might be out for the year. I'm like, how did we not know this?
I don't know. It's actually incredible that they don't, though.
And then San Fran, like Jordan Mason fucked up in the interview saying that they knew on Friday he was going to be out and they didn't report it.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad. Isn't that what they were? The Bengals got a little heat for that last year with Burrow.
Oh, they'll definitely get some blowback for that for sure.
I mean, what is, dude? If Christian McCaffrey's out, that is not good. Jordan Mason can only look this good for so many weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll still be okay. They'll still be okay. Like I mean, they have Debo, they have George Kittle, they have Juwan Jennings look really good.
If he's taking 27 carries a game, then he's going to get burnt out real quick. But...
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, that's a big blow if that happens. I hope not. I mean, I hope that that's wrong and it's just more of like a day-to-day thing. But him like going out an hour before the game was not good.
No,
not a good sign.
It's actually nuts that he can go from number one pick in the draft to being like, oh, he might be out for like a month. It's like, oh, dope, thank you.
Yeah, or now many months if he has to get fucking surgery on this tendinitis.
Good thing we didn't do that 5-man league because that's where I had McCaffrey.
Well, it's a good thing I got talked into fucking McCaffrey by everyone that I was sitting at the draft with.
You were always taking McCaffrey though. Don't blame it on everybody else.
Tyreek is always tempting.
I was thinking about Bijan, so I wouldn't have been much better.
Yeah, you were never not picking McCaffrey.
That's not true at all. That's actually not true.
Yeah, but you're trying to like put it on everyone else. You were gonna fucking pick him.
No, I was pretty on the fence, and everyone's like, "How are you not gonna take McCaffrey?" It's like, all right, whatever. I'll be a bot.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
I'll click 1-1. That's fine. All right, season over. Thank you.
How do we feel about Deshaun Watson? He played so bad that a new allegation came out against him from his old case. Like, how the fuck does that happen, dude? He played that bad. But they were like, we need to get this guy out of here. We need to leak this story. We need to get him out.
I mean, if I'm Cleveland, I'm just telling him, see you later, basically.
They were screaming at you and begging for you to bet the Cowboys before this game too. Vegas was like, "Please bet the Cowboys."
Yeah.
And then the game started, and you were like, "Oh yeah, they were free."
I took the bait, and I was like, the Cowboys could easily fuck this up for me. And then people said he has a burner on Twitter.
I hope so.
Did you see that? It was like all these tweets about how bad Deshaun Watson was playing, and then this one. Let's see if I can find. The name is so funny, and it's literally just all tweets defending Deshaun Watson.
I'm backing on the Browns if it goes to Jameis Winston. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh my god, if Jameis Winston comes in, I mean, if he plays bad next game, they're definitely putting him in.
I feel
And
like
like,
Jameis Winston, like not like amazing, but I feel like he could be a like a Joe Flacco type.
are you ready for this name of the burner account? Leroy
Sure.
Bickerstaff is the
Like,
account.
it's just not a real name.
And then like it's just tweets just trashing Deshaun Watson.
So funny.
And then just one guy under all these tweets is like defending him, and everyone's like, "Is this your burner account?" He pulls a KD.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's the KD of football.
I mean,
It's
so
funny.
who knows what happens with him? The Browns look terrible, and I'm so happy that we're like off the Browns now, because I for so many years to you guys would be like, please don't pick the Browns, and you guys would always do it.
Browns last year, so
Yeah, they were fun last year,
Last
and they were
year.
fun. They were fun our second year doing it when they beat the Steelers in that playoff game.
They've never been fun to me, dude. They're just an icky team. They're just a boring team. Now Njoku might be out too. He got hurt. That sucks.
Yeah.
They have no
You're
Nick
icky.
Chubb. They're fucking boring, dude. I'm glad that
Boo.
they're dog shit. I'm glad that they
Jameis comes-
wasted $230 million to that sex offender, but that's fine.
Once Jameis comes in, everything will be right there.
Everything will be fine. I mean, they were better. They were a better team with Joe Flacco.
100%.
Like, what is that?
I mean, Deshaun Watson's coach. Like, he should not be in the NFL anymore.
Another terrible performance was Bo Nix, in my opinion. He looked fucking awful too.
yeah, I don't know what people expected.
Yeah, I don't know what people expected out of him either. I was like, did you guys think he was gonna be good? I watched that like Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia thing. They were actually like, or it wasn't Matt Patricia, it was the other guy, but they went through like film on Bo Nix, and like they were literally like praising him the whole time. They're like, yeah, he has a good feel for the game, blah blah. And then it's like the first game, and he's dog shit. I'm like,
Matt
any feel for the
Patricia
game.
is a dumb ass.
Yeah, he's so stupid.
No, you want to know who the biggest dumbass of the week was? You know who got faded play of the week?
Who?
Daniel
Doug Peterson.
Oh,
Doug Peterson.
On fourth down, they're up 3 points with like 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And this motherfucker goes for it on 4th and 2 at his own 35.
That was
I
did remember that. That was so dumb.
Is that when the halftime edible hit? Was that the moment? Like,
Yeah.
What were you thinking? Like, what was... So, Tyreek Hill scores a 75-yard touchdown, and your immediate response is, let's go for it in our own end. Like, what? Like,
yeah, after like all the momentum is
that.
built, like it's just like punt it away, play the field position game, and like try
And
to
then
get the
the
ball
play
back.
was, and then the play was like stretch left to Etienne, and he runs 50 yards in the other direction, and it's stuffed.
Yeah, then they immediately score after.
Yeah, and then Hill hits a 70-yard touchdown right after.
Not good, man. Not good. All right. Week 2.
Me too.
Here we are. Starting off hot again with another good primetime game.
wow.
Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. Miami's minus 2.5. This could be a very good game.
This could be a very good game.
The Bills just had this team's number.
In Miami, though?
Hold on, before you guys give your whole soliloquies, is Tua actually a good quarterback? Because I'm starting to think he is.
I don't know. I don't really care.
He's decent. He's decent enough to get Tyreek and Jalen Waddle the ball, and that's about it.
Like a team put together well enough with Tua, if the circumstances align right, could go to the Super Bowl.
But is he better than Brock Purdy?
See, that's what I was going to say. Him and Brock Purdy are kind of the same thing. You put them in a good system with a very good offense, and like they do perform, but they're not standing out, if that makes sense. Like they will just take what's in front of them And when it comes down to it, they make the play. So, like, if Tyreek Hill is wide open running 70 yards down the sideline, Tua's going to hit that play. And it's like he never, like, misses big. Not like Lamar in the back of the end zone with Zay Flowers. He never, like, misses those kind of things. And I think that's what makes him a good quarterback, and it's what makes Brock Purdy a good quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's better. That's a tough question.
Like Tua, I don't know. I was gonna say Tua might be able to throw the ball down the field a little bit better than Brock, but he also has Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, Brock
that's
Purdy's
well,
looked better with a little bit less.
that's like part of it though. Like Tua always has like 4,000, 4,500 yards, or like he has like 300 yards like a lot of
Yeah.
times when he plays. Like, so it's like, is it Tyreek or is it the offense or is it him? Like, I
I
don't
really
know.
do think it's Tyreek, though. I mean, think about how many yards Tyreek gets after the catch.
Probably like 75, 80 a game. So like that's free.
It's ridiculous.
And that's
like
the stat credited to Tua.
it's crazy
Yeah.
that like probably
One of the guys running with the ball.
40% of Tyreek's yards is just him after the catch because he's so fucking fast.
That's actually ridiculous.
So like, I mean, you got to think like at least 30% of Tua's yards are after the catch.
Antonio, you are correct about the Bills, though. The Bills do own this team.
So I'm gonna ride with that.
Is it weird to say that I am all over the Dolphins in this game?
It's not weird to say.
I think they
not
that they like blow them out, but I think like Miami against good teams, like they just play so good. They might be the best team at home ever.
They do owe this, like they definitely owe this team one. You know.
Yeah.
Like they can go out and like punch that team in the mouth.
And not saying that the Bills are going to play bad. I think this is going to be a really good game. But I think Miami looks really good in this game. And I think we're going to have to start having conversations like, could this team win the AFC East? Like, could this team potentially go and do something crazy? Because I think they're going to look really good again.
I'm going to take Miami here, Phil. I mean...
Who's Phil?
I don't... Just General Phil. Like,
okay, yeah. Dr. Phil?
I don't know. I think it's a Thursday night and it's less than a field goal. I'll take the home team and I'll take, I think these teams are pretty even. Like, I don't think there's like too much separating them. So I'll take less than a field goal at home. This is my analysis. That's all. I don't have a strong lean in this game. I think it probably comes down to whoever has the ball last. So I'll take Miami.
I mean, I think like is 48.5 on the over-under a little low?
I think it's a little low, but I feel like Thursday night games are always just like a suck fest for the offense.
I do agree. I just feel like with both of these teams, the way they scored on Sunday, like I feel like this would be like 51.5. Like, how is not everyone hammering this over?
I feel like on a Sunday or a Monday, it's like 50 or 51.
I agree. All right,
but I will take Miami in this jam minus the 2.5.
The New Orleans Saints at the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys minus 6.5, over under 46.5.
See,
weird jam.
This is where you want to take New Orleans because they looked really good last week, and then you take New Orleans, and then Dallas kicks the shit out of them.
Yeah, how much of New Orleans looking really good last week was just the Panthers being bad?
Probably a lot.
I kind of want to take them.
See, the thing is, like, week 2 is such a trap when it comes to betting because you have such predetermined notions about what happened week 1 that you're like, this team has to be bad. Or this team's definitely going to be good this year. Like,
this is like I feel like this might be the hardest game to pick this week, only because the Saints looked really good against the Panthers, but the Panthers are dog shit. Dallas looked really good against the Browns, but the Browns are dog shit. So it's like what is the read here? Because it's like I don't know which team looked better.
I feel like I've seen just like this game at Cowboy Stadium so many times, and it just ends in a close game. So like I'll take the Saints as well, unless you said Cowboys, Antonio.
What?
Who'd you say, Cowboys or Saints?
Oh, I Cowboys.
Oh, I'm taking the Saints plus 6.5.
Well, I
I like
kind
the
of wanted to, but
I like the over as well.
I just think these teams on paper, this is such a mismatch. Like I feel like Dallas just outclasses them in a lot of areas. I'm gonna take Dallas here. Just for that simple fact that I think on paper this team is just way better than the Saints are. Not to say that the Saints are bad, because I think the Saints actually looked really good, and I think they looked like one of the most put together teams this past week.
For some reason, I thought Dennis Allen got fired, and then I saw him coaching the team.
No.
Yeah, that's never a good feeling when you look over on the sideline and you're like, oh, I don't want you to be there. Like,
and like I feel like people don't give enough credit anymore to Alvin Kamara. Like Alvin Kamara is really
He's
fucking
good.
good still. Like I don't understand that. People are like so low on him. Nobody even cares about him anymore.
yeah.
And he had the second most yards out of running backs this week, or third? I don't know. He's definitely top
Yeah, he was up
5.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This I feel like is a good game. Tampa Bay at Detroit. Detroit is a minus 7-point favorite over under 51.5.
This is so obnoxious because I just said 10 minutes ago I don't want to be like going against Tampa Bay and like I think they're fun, but like Detroit should take Detroit should kick the fuck out of this team, dude. Like what?
I mean, I don't know if it's like that, but I just think that's what's going to happen.
I think
I mean,
7 points
home,
is too
I don't
low.
know if it's like 20-point win.
This should be 2 touchdowns. Like, come on.
I can see that.
Me and Sal disagreed a lot this week. I totally disagree. I think Tampa Bay makes this one close. I think 7 points is kind of offensive.
If the Lions are the team you guys think they are, they should be absolutely dicking this team down.
But that means they're not just going to dick everybody down. Like, Tampa Bay's a playoff team.
Okay, but it's also like, I don't know.
How close was the playoff game? Was pretty close with these teams, right?
10 or 8 or 12. It was something like that, somewhere in that region.
I think Tampa Bay could give them fits. I think this is a close game. I do think Detroit wins this game, but I do think it's very close. I don't see Detroit shitting on this team. I really don't. I think Tampa Bay is going to be stingy all year. They're going to be playing a lot of close games just because of how good like their defense is, and I think like I don't know. I think their offense could do some things too. I like Baker. I think he's played really good.
We'll see what happens.
All right. The ickiest game of the week. The Cleveland Browns at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are minus 3.5.
That's awful.
Over under 41.5.
Jerome Ford's the only good player on the Browns.
Amari Cooper looked bad too.
Yes, he did.
I knew that fat fucker Ezekiel Elliott was scoring this week. Like that big chunker loves the end zone.
I was like, you should have played him at flex over Christian.
It's fine. That production's not gonna stay where it is.
Oh no! But week 1, he was always doing that.
Hey, he slims down. You could tell.
Yeah.
They kept saying that. They kept saying that about Lamar, and I saw a tweet, and it was like what they thought Lamar looks like now, and it's like the skinniest dude ever. It's like, okay, they kept saying he lost weight, but it's like, okay, he's still the same. Like he doesn't look.
Like was Zeke's number 8 the first time with the Cowboys, and now he's wearing 15?
No, he was 21.
21.
21.
Yeah, he was 21. Yeah.
Why would he do
that? I don't know. Wasn't he 15 on the Patriots?
Yeah.
He was terrible on the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean he's terrible.
So was everyone last year.
Yeah, he's terrible. So.
No.
Yeah.
Aww.
I like him.
He's dog shit. All right. Cleveland Browns, Jacksonville Jaguars. How do we feel about this one?
I mean, how do you take the Browns?
I don't know how you take the Browns in this spot, dude.
No.
But I don't like the Jags really that much either. But I mean, Jags at home.
If Doug Peterson is calling fucking 4th and 2 on his own 35 up 3, I don't know how I can take the Jags either. That's part of the problem. Like,
I don't know how you take the Jaguars, dude, or the Browns. Excuse me.
Can I not make a pick for this game? Can I skip?
You get 1 skip per week. Just kidding. I'm gonna take the Jaguars. I think it's pretty plain and simple. I also want the under in this game. I don't think this under could be low enough. This to me feels like a 13-3 Jags win.
Go ahead, Antonio. I still don't know.
Oh, I'm taking the Jags. This is like a 23-9.
Come on, Sal, join the party. Come on in, the water's fine.
No.
Come on.
Jaguars are losing. Browns plus 3.5.
There it is. All right. Next game, San Fran at Minnesota. San Fran is minus 6.5 on the road. Over unders 45.5. Sal, tell me why the Vikings are covering.
Justin Jefferson would have to have a mighty good game if they want to cover this number.
Do you think they cover the number?
I like an over in this game.
Okay.
I
mean, how does San Francisco not score less than like 28 points in this game?
I was gonna say I could see this being like 38-24 or something.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know how Minnesota keeps up with San Francisco. This is a Darnold revenge game. Former team, but he also was homeless and then got put on the 49ers roster.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
He's got revenge games like against like most of these teams because he's just been
At the end of the day,
backpacking across the league.
If Minnesota has a good game, I just think they'll still end up making more mistakes than San Francisco will. And that'll probably be the difference. Is like, Minnesota might score 27 points, but if Darnold has 2 picks and Brock Purdy doesn't have any, and the Niners drop 38, then
it's such a hard read in this game too because you're like, okay, Minnesota looked very good against the Giants, but the Giants are just dog shit. It's like, are they gonna look good again against a Super Bowl contending team? It's like, I don't know. It's like
I feel just so like, not like anything can happen in this game, but like this is such a weird fucking game. Like this is just like such a like. Is Sam Darnold actually going to be decent this year? Because if he is, Minnesota might actually cover this number and could maybe win this game.
And
but,
are they just begging you to take San Fran here?
Kinda, right? Like it's not even a touchdown. Like I feel like San Fran minus 6.5 is an easy like click of the button.
Yeah, I might fall for the bait though. I can't perceive putting actual human dollars on the Minnesota Vikings.
I've been calling him Fart Darnold for 3 weeks now, so I can't bet on Fart Darnold. So yeah, San Fran.
I do recall you saying the exact same thing last week. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't think that he could have that sort of game again.
This is the really interesting one. This one right here that we're about to talk about.
Los Angeles Chargers at the Carolina Panthers. The Chargers are again a 6.5 point favorite on the road. Over under 38.5. Sal, what are we thinking, dude?
This is something here.
Jim Harbaugh got a win in his first start.
They played on Chargers. They played on Chargers light. They played solid in the trenches. They didn't make a whole lot of mistakes.
J.K. Dobbins looked good.
J.K. Dobbins looked good. They won going away, not on a fucking nail biter last second. Like will we have to stop? Will we kick this field goal? It actually was like a somewhat comfortable win at the end of the game. So
and again, it's like maybe the Raiders. Not that great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say they're a little bit better than I would say like the Giants or like the Carolina Panthers. Like I feel like they're a bit better than that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah.
So saying all that, yes, I think it's a new day for the Chargers. I don't know that I like them minus 6.5 here. And Carolina's really bad, but I think there's a number that you can take every team at, and I'll take plus 6.5 with Carolina here. So
I mean, when was the last time the Chargers were minus 6.5 point favorites?
It's definitely been a while.
Not to mention on the road.
The thing is, like the Chargers could win this game by 40 easily. Like, there's no question about that. But
but could they play kind of a stinker and Carolina keeps it within the margin? I don't know.
Easily. I mean, if you told me Carolina won this game, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, I think I'd be more shocked if the Vikings beat San Fran than if Carolina beat the Chargers.
Yeah,
to be honest,
I agree. 100%.
Oh yeah,
I'll take the plus 6.5. I could see them keeping it a little close.
I don't love it by any means, but at the same time, like you're asking them to keep it within 7 points at home in their home opener. Like I know they're not the best team in
Oh,
the
wait a
world.
second. What am I
What?
doing? I'm faded. I'm taking the Chargers minus 6.5. I forgot that they have Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. I really almost made a mistake there. They're gonna kill Bryce Young.
I think I was leaning toward Chargers. I want to stick with that.
That was close. Sal, that was close. I
Did I
almost
like
I almost
did I
did it.
hypnotize you or something?
No,
You just don't
I
want to bet on
snapped out
it.
of it. I think I was just caught in autopilot, and I was just like, yeah, like the Panthers could win this, and I was like, wait, they did just lose fucking 48-0. Like, I don't know. I'll take this minus 6.5. I'm just done. I'm taking the minus 6.5.
I'm on Carolina.
All right. The Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Ravens are minus 9.5. Over under 41.5. Again, a low over under. How do we feel? Anyone at all?
I mean,
Don't be
is there
shy.
gonna be like, are there just gonna be a lot of shitty games this week that end in double-digit deficits?
There are a lot of big lines this
That
week.
I have no reason. Like 9.5 is big. I don't have any reason to bet Vegas plus 9.5.
West team going east at a 1 o'clock slot.
Oh
I
yeah, I like it. Plus, Ravens off a loss.
I like
Yeah,
Ravens off a loss, minus 9.5. I love the over because Baltimore could score 40 on their own.
Mhm.
And that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean this should be sexual assault, to be honest. Like this should be like Derrick Henry 3 touchdowns this week.
This is Deshaun Watson.
I'll take minus 9.5. That's fine. Like some of these games, like I just don't know. Like these last 3 games have been pretty terrible. Antonio's right. Like
Yeah, but it's good that they're stuffed in that 1 o'clock slot. It's good that they're not making one of these a primetime game for some reason.
that makes the next game look interesting, which it really shouldn't be.
So the Seattle Seahawks are traveling east to the New England Patriots. Seattle is a minus 3.5 road favorite. Over under 37.5.
Yeah.
Another low number. Are we just not going to see any points this week?
I would not bet on this game.
No, this game is all over the place for me.
This is a weird game.
Because again, how can you fucking judge this game? I mean, Seattle played really well.
I hate when it's like 3.5 and then 3.5, or like 7.5 and 7. Like I hate when there's two spreads next to each other.
The Patriots played really well. Seattle played really well.
I think you gotta go with the home dog. Honestly, I'll take the Pats here.
I don't know. It's like
It might
I
be a
want to
trap.
take them too.
It might be a trap, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to go against the Patriots if they're good. Like I'm sorry, I don't. Like
The one thing that is making me hesitant is that Kenneth Walker might have a crazy game.
well, definitely, but at the same time, like that defense showed that they can shut down the best part of the other defense. Like Jamar had 60 yards on Sunday. Like
I mean, yeah, a lot of that's Christian Gonzalez, but that's not a run defense. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like no Matt Judon anymore. I don't know. Does this run defense kind of like shit the bed a little? I mean, the Bengals don't really have much in terms of running backs.
I'll wait to see it. I'd rather be proven wrong, so I'll take the Patriots plus 3.5.
Fuck it, I'll take the trap, dude. Patriots plus 3.5.
Well,
That's the only
almost,
thing though. If Kenneth Walker gets any open space, this game is over. They're winning by a touchdown.
I think I
more.
like Seattle.
Yeah.
You like who?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I need to see another decent game from the Patriots before
Say it though.
I feel good putting my bet on.
Do it.
Oh yeah, Seahawks.
No. Hello?
Oh,
Am I at SeaWorld right now? Like, what is
I love
this?
I love that he cut out. Like your mic cut out for it because you definitely weren't doing it loud enough, but that's fine. Like he's trying to do it again. Oh man. All right. Let's move on. Indianapolis Colts at the Jordan Love-less Green Bay Packers, their home opener. Again, Indy road favorite -3.5, over under 40.5. We getting a lot of road favorites this week.
Indy.
Yeah.
Indy.
Antonio likes Indianapolis.
Unless Anthony is a dome quarterback.
So
could be very well.
Last week was a sticking to my guns pick, taking the Colts against public perception. It worked. They covered.
Backdoor cover. Love that.
Was a backdoor for sure. I'm gonna stick to my guns again, and I'm gonna take the Packers here, despite common sense.
I'm gonna take the Colts here. I really like how they played. I think that Anthony Richardson showed me that he doesn't just run, he can also throw, which I knew like he could, but like he only played 2 games last year, so like we didn't really.
He has a very, very, very good arm.
He has a very
that
good
throw
arm.
to Alec Pierce was ridiculous.
It was crazy. So I think he can really whip the ball. Didn't really love what I saw out of Jonathan Taylor. I think they need to get him involved a little bit more. I think that they do that this week. Seeing as how Saquon just kind of ran all over this defense, that might be an issue for them. So I like my chances taking the Colts here. All right, another road favorite, the New York Jets at the Tennessee Titans. Jets -3.5 on the road, over under 40.5 again.
It's hard for me to back this Jets team after what I saw Monday. I'm not gonna lie.
But you're gonna back the Titans after seeing what they did?
I don't know that the Jets are like a great football team. It is early. I don't want to
Okay, they played
write them off.
They played the 49ers though.
And it was on the road. I get it. I don't know.
It was on the road. I think that they didn't. I don't think that they looked that bad, to be honest.
I just think that the 49ers scored 8 straight possessions. Like at some point, one player doesn't make a play for you. Like at any point that game's going to turn, if they made 1 sack, 1 good tackle, like
I get it. I think this is a good chance for them to get back on track here.
I'm taking the Titans here.
Okay. You want to bet on Will Levis? That's on you.
Yeah,
I'm not betting on this
taking
game.
the Titans.
Oh no, definitely not.
You're taking the Titans too, Antonio?
No, I'm taking the Jets. Just that I'm not betting on the Titans.
Oh.
I still think they suck.
I also have to take the Jets here. I mean, they could be more than 3.5 road favorite, to be
Aaron
honest.
did look kind of old.
So why
Aaron
are they
look old?
Why are they 3.5 then? Why are they not 5.5?
Because
why are they
they
not
just
6?
lost. I mean, public perception is kind of low on them at the minute. They just got creamed in prime time, so short week.
You're buying low.
I'm buying low. I think this team is still really fucking good. I don't think we can write them off after 1 game against a Super Bowl contending team.
The next game is the definition of buying low.
Oh, here we fucking go. The New York Giants at the Washington Commanders. Commanders are -1.5 at home. Over unders 44.5.
Antonio, because I looked so bad last week, I have to go back into the well and get my money back. So
we're chasing the dragon, eh?
It's week 2 and we're already doing it.
Well,
you're lassoing that fucking dragon, dude.
Daniel Jones owns the Commanders. It's actually the only team he plays good against.
This is a new team though. It's not like it's the same Commanders
team. It is.
I think Jaden Daniels, I didn't think he played that great. Obviously he can run with the ball. He kind of reminded me of not to that extent, but early Lamar Jackson where nobody really thought he could throw, only run. I think that's kind of where he is right now. I don't think he had really a chance to get a good passing game going. He doesn't know how to slide, which is kind of funny. And I don't like the fact that he's taking all these hits. I don't really like that. I think that he's just begging to get injured at this point. So I'd be interested to see how he plays against a lesser team. But there's no way I can bet on the Giants. I have to take the Commanders here.
I
Well,
feel the same way.
That's why I'm taking the Giants.
Antonio, are you taking the Giants? I forgot what you said.
He loves the Commanders. Is he dead?
He's just actively dying. He can't
I'm
decide. He's speechless, dude.
taking the Giants.
Wow.
He's going back to the well. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think this game could go. This game is a coin toss. All right, into the 4:00 slot. The
Here we
Los
go,
Angeles
Antonio.
Rams at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are -1.5 at home. Over under 49.5. So this is a little bit. I feel like this is a little bit more normal of what we should see. This line and this over under.
I don't know. The Rams didn't look that great either the other day.
Oh, I thought the Rams looked pretty good, honestly.
They didn't look that bad.
Well,
I
I
mean,
was
they went
gonna
to
say,
overtime with
even
the
though I think
Lions.
they're gonna be really good, this is a tough game for me because I think the Rams could go out there and win the
The Rams are
division.
banged up though already. I will say that.
If the Arizona Cardinals are going to make the postseason, they need to
Right?
win the game. So Arizona -1.5 is the pick.
I also would be taking Arizona -1.5. I think Marvin Harrison looks better this week too.
Can't look worse than what I saw
Well,
on some of those
yeah, I
shots.
think and you go on the road into Buffalo. It's not the most ideal environment. I think get that first game jitter out of the way. He'll be a lot more comfortable in this spot.
I think I'm gonna follow you guys. Yeah. Also, like Rams defense isn't nearly as tough as the Bills defense, so
All right,
with the Cardinals.
now
Well,
on
Rounder
to
Cardinals.
a tough back-to-back now for the Cincinnati Bengals going to Kansas City. Kansas City's -5.5 over
why
under
did they make this game
47, 47.5. Dude, this quickly turned into kind of a must-win. I feel like for the Bengals.
I feel like we say that, but then they can lose this game and be perfectly fine.
No.
Like,
I'm not saying that, but like in terms of what is going to be the narrative if they lose this game and they lose it badly again, it's going to be not so great for Mr. Burrow. And I think like
Yeah, but then they go out and win 8 in a row again, like they did last year and the year before.
100%. And he does own this team. Let's not forget he did lose
did
the
these
last
teams
time.
play last year? Did this game happen last year?
No. I don't know. I don't think so. If it did, it would have been after Burrow was hurt, though.
If the Bengals are to make the Super Bowl, they probably have to go through the Chiefs. And are they beating the Chiefs twice in one season? Probably not. So I'm taking the Chiefs here.
I think 5.5 is too much here. I think this probably should be 3.5 on a good day. I think like a lot of it has to do with how they played against the Patriots. Not a lot of people are high on it. The whole Jamar Chase thing. It's like, does he play this week if he doesn't get a deal? I don't know.
I think this is either Chiefs spread or Bengals money line. I don't think it's Bengals by like 3.
I think every time these teams play, it's by 3. So I'm gonna take the dog here. I believe the Bengals are still a Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah, I think the Bengals bounce back, and even if they don't win, I definitely see them covering the 5.
Yeah, I think that they play a way better game this week.
I feel like you two are on the same page, and I'm just completely off the frequency with you guys this week.
That might be true. It's usually me, so I kind of like it now. I kind of like not being on the lonely island for once.
I feel like a lot of these games I have on.
All right, well, this is a Antonio special in this one. The Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Denver. Pittsburgh is -3 on the road, over under 36.5.
You can't take Denver.
It just hurts me that Pittsburgh just keeps being like decent. Like, when are they actually going to be a bad team? Like, is it impossible?
I don't know. They did look pretty good against Atlanta. I mean, a lot of people were kind of high on Atlanta. They were like picking them as a sleeper pick.
I'm taking the opposite of whoever Antonio has.
I think you just picked the Steelers. Yeah.
I'm on the Broncos.
I might have to agree with you here, Sal. I might have to take the home dog here. I don't know if Pittsburgh deserves this much respect yet to be. I mean, I know it's Denver, but I don't know if they deserve that
no.
yet.
You're Nolan. You're actually 100% fucking right. That's a lot of respect for this.
That's
team.
a lot of respect for a team that's not that great. You know what I mean? Like they're good. Like they're a decent team. They're not like dog shit, but they're not up there. They're kind of in the same realm as the Broncos. I feel like, even though the Broncos might be a little bit lower than them. Yeah, I have to take Denver here.
Denver +3.
This is an interesting matchup. Chicago Bears at the Houston Texans. Texans are -6.5 at home. This is the Sunday night game. Over under 45.5.
I'm not going first.
The heads are scrambled for this matchup.
Texans.
Antonio likes the Texans.
Cover. Nolan's also taking the Texans.
I'm not entirely sure, dude. I mean, the Chicago defense is really fucking good. All right, yeah, I'm going to take Houston. I feel like I just have to. I don't know, like Chicago, if they look on offense how they did last week, there's no way their defense can win them this one. This is a way higher quality of an offense than the Titans. So.
I didn't love what I saw out of the Texans defense last week.
I didn't either. That's a good point.
I'm gonna take Chicago reluctantly. I don't love it.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna take Chicago every single week. So
didn't take them last week. Whatever.
Did you not?
No.
Oh. Well,
I said they were gonna win, but I said they were winning by 3. They ended up winning by 7.
Okay, so, but weren't they underdogs?
They
were home favorites, huh? That's crazy.
4-point favorites.
All right. Monday night, the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is -6.5 at home. Over under 47.5. This is another weird one. I feel like the board this week is interesting, man. We're either going to get a lot of really fucking bad games or we're going to get some surprisingly good games.
I'll take Philly in a rout. Kirk Cousins in prime time. Kirk Cousins in prime time? Never.
I mean, last week in 1 o'clock, he looked like prime time Kirk.
I feel like I'm picking so many big spreads to cover this week, but again, I'm going Philly.
Is it opposite on the Falcons? Is he good in prime time and bad at 1 o'clock?
Maybe.
I guess we're gonna find out.
Pimp Daddy Kirk. I don't know. Do we think his injury, maybe he's just a little bit off still?
Probably. I mean, that's no joke of an injury, like,
especially for someone his age. I mean, I think because him and Aaron looked a little bit, I don't know, slow to the take. They looked a little bit.
It's only 6.5. I thought it said 9.5.
Oh my god,
6.5. So you're not listening to me. You never fucking listen, dude.
I'm sorry. What, bro? That seems like it's 2 or 3 points too little.
I mean, I don't know. It's a tough one.
This should be like 8.5 for Philly.
I don't know. Maybe people are still betting on Atlanta.
I'm thrown through a loop right now. I'm still definitely taking Philly, but like now I feel like this is a trap. But I'll take Philly -6.5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because like they're kind of basically saying that last week we had a lot of close primetime games, and this week are we just going to get a bunch of shitty primetime games?
I could see it.
I don't know. It's a toughie because do we think, what possibility percentage wise do we think at some point in the next 4 games Kirk Cousins either gets hurt or just plays super fucking bad and they bring Penix in?
10%.
Wow. Yeah, I'd be surprised to see Penix play this year if Kirk don't get hurt.
All right, I'm gonna take Philly here, but I do think it's a trap. But I mean, Philly in this spot, like they should crush them. No, like it's just like one of those things where it's like, do they or don't they? And I'd rather be on the side of them doing that because I think that's the more likely option. All right.
All right. I
Pick
have
3.
records.
Right,
I have
yeah.
records from last
Yeah,
week.
tell us our overall record.
Nolan started off 0-7
Love
for the
it.
first picks of the week, and then somehow pulled it out of the nosedive to go 7-9. So good job.
That's nuts.
That's nuts. You went 1-2 in pick 3.
So
Antonio
then
went
I went 7-2 in the last few,
final
the last
9.
9 games. That's
Yep.
crazy.
Antonio, you went 8-8, but you went 1-2 on pick 3.
I love 8-8.
I went 6-10. I went 6-10. I did the worst out of the 3 of us, but I went 2-1 on pick 3. So
You get to choose the order.
I'm going to have Nolan go first.
I love that you picked me to go first.
I'm glad you're done.
Because I'm so ready. Usually I'm like not ready, but this time I'm absolutely ready because I love these 3 games. First up, give me
Miami. Yep.
Give me the Baltimore Ravens -9.5.
Wow.
I think this is a huge comeback game. I think they absolutely rout the Raiders. Give me Baltimore. Number 2. Who do you think it is, Sal?
Tampa Bay.
Ding, ding, ding. Tampa Bay
Wow.
+7 against the Lions. I think that this is just too many. I think that they deserve a little bit more respect than a full touchdown underdog in this spot. Tampa Bay +7. And last but not least, this is probably the one that I'm maybe least sure about. I did have 2.5 when I looked earlier, but it is now 1.5. Give me the Washington Commanders -1.5 against the Giants. I think again this might be just another comeback game for them. They struggled a little bit last week. They might look a little bit better this week. Giants are terrible.
Antonio,
so
you're
pick
up.
3.
I also like Baltimore.
Love it.
Big back night. I can see Derrick Henry having a big night too. I like them. They're gonna probably stomp the shit out of Vegas. I also like San Francisco to cover against Minnesota. I think Minnesota can definitely have a big come down week, and San Fran's just obviously way better, even without McCaffrey. The rosters just really aren't close. And then I have the Jets.
Wow.
Okay.
Jets, another team that's gonna have a bounce back week.
All right. I'm done. It started early this week. I'll take the Dolphins -2.5. Feel like it's a very unorthodox pick, but I think they win this game by at least 3 on a short week. So I will take the Dolphins.
Love it.
I'll take the Broncos +3. I don't know why that team stands out to me. I love taking a little like 3.5 point underdog in my pick 3s. So I will be taking Denver plus the 3 points, expecting a win this week. Third and finally, just because I came in with such high expectations this year, I have to back them again. Give me Arizona. They need to win this game. They really want to do what I think they're going to do. This is an important game for them. They can't start the year 0-2. I will take them to win this game and win it by more than 1.5 points. So Arizona.
That's a very solid pick 3, gentlemen. I think round of applause.
Then we need our touchdown scores, and then we can.
No, let's make a lineup.
All right.
Here we go. So these are just. I think this is just the Sunday slate to choose from. We have 60K. Where should we start?
McCaffrey.
You're so fucking funny. I don't know. I don't know where to start here. Obviously, we're not sure if Jamar Chase is going to play.
I mean, what's going to be the high score? What's going to be the high scoring game of the week?
I mean, I kind of like Anthony Richardson against Green Bay.
Do you think that game's going to have a lot of points or no?
I do.
All right, so throw him in there.
Okay.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett
I like
Wilson.
that.
I like that too. I think we got to go kind of with like a mid to low tier running back.
This feels like a Derek.
Pollard had a
This
good game
feels.
last week. So did James.
Oh, yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like this feels like the Derrick Henry way, to be honest.
Derrick Henry. He's probably, how much is he? I mean, he's only 7,500. Kind of a lower level. We like Ramondre.
I kind of like another shot at Dobbins. He had a really good week.
Okay. He's so. One thing about him though, he's so fucking slow.
Yeah.
If he breaks contain and gets like open field, he is getting caught every single time.
He's like Eckler.
He did it a couple times. Yeah, he did it a couple times last week, and I was just like, "Oh my god, he is so painfully slow."
Two receivers.
This guy at work calls Pacheco, and it makes me so pissed.
Yeah, it's like
That's
when you say
annoying.
Saquon.
One,
You say Saquon every time.
I don't know. I probably switch it without even knowing it.
You never said Saquon. I
I
swear.
definitely said
We've been
Saquon.
doing this since like 2019. You have never once said Saquon.
I call him Roquan a lot.
Saquon.
Roquan
You
Smith.
say Saquon every time.
I don't know. I don't believe that.
This is like a really random pick. What I like Rashad Bateman against the Raiders.
He's got to be low, probably, right?
Yeah, but I think he scores a touchdown, so I'll take him.
Fuck is he, dude? Don't make me search it. There he is.
And he's
I like
cheap.
that. I like that. He is cheap, so we can probably go a little bit higher now on the last wide receiver. I really liked Jaden Reed last week, but I know now he's not going to be as good if Jordan Love's not there. No way,
I mean,
Malik.
they gotta throw to someone though.
That is true, but they do have. I mean, they have Christian Watson. They have, who's the tight end that they have there?
Someone smelly.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know his name.
they got Josh Jacobs, so like they'll
Wow,
probably hit into him a
Lad.
lot more.
Should we put Lad in there?
Who?
We already have Dobbins in there. Do we think two Chargers players are
Lad
going
the
off?
company.
What about Christian Kirk?
Ugh,
No.
getting benched on my team this week.
You think so?
Means he's gonna have 17.
What about
next
Scary
week.
Terry?
He had a really bad stat line last week. I feel like he normally does good against the Giants, though. I won't lie.
So here's what I think we're at. I think from Zay Flowers down, we probably.
Tank Dell. Tank Dell is my answer. Final answer.
I will never say no to a Houston receiver.
Tight end.
Let's go tight ends. We got 18 left. Probably can't go too high. The Dallas losing Jake Ferguson too, and we didn't talk about it, but that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I think we gotta take Laporta here.
Yeah,
I like him this week too. He
He
didn't
should
have
have
too big of a game last week, so I could see him catching a touchdown this week.
he should have way more looks this week. He was a little slow last week. I think we got back to it.
Good old tight ends, eh?
Defense, and then we know how much we have for our flex.
Wow, the Steelers against Denver.
San Fran against the Vikings.
Also, yes.
Yeah.
Or Baltimore against Vegas. I don't know which one you guys think. Whatever you two decide.
I mean, I like the Chargers against Carolina, but that's just me.
I don't hate that either.
I just feel like they're gonna get a lot of sacks on Bryce Young.
All right, throw him in.
Yeah, do it.
5,900.
5,900, not bad, honestly.
Eckler, ew.
So gross.
Brian Thomas. Easy pick.
Okay, I like that. We have $100 left over. I don't know if that'll be. I don't think that's enough to really do anything, but
No.
It's not a deal breaker. I say we put her on.
all right. This is our lineup for the week. We didn't win money last week. We were. I will say though, we were just outside of the money. But I think the Giants' defense really hindered us. Trying to think of who else. Oh, we had Dalton Kincaid, and he. I don't think he participated at all.
Who do we put in instead of him, or who do we have in before him?
I don't remember, but I don't think it was someone good. Like I don't think it really would have mattered at all. I mean, we had Tony Pollard that was good. We had what else did we have? I'm trying to remember.
Diggs. We had Diggs, right? We had Diggs.
We had Stephon Diggs. He was good. Who do we have at running back? I don't remember.
I don't even know.
All right. Yeah, I like this. We got Anthony Richardson, Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins, Garrett Wilson, Rashad Bateman, Tank Dell, Sam Laporta, Brian Thomas Jr., and then the Chargers defense. I like it.
Let's go.
Hopefully we can do some damage with this week.
Who would have for a touchdown score before we sign off?
Russell Wilson, if he starts in Denver, is rushing for a touchdown.
He's not. It's going to be Justin Fields.
No, it's not.
You were waiting all podcasts to do that. My bold prediction last week was Jaden Daniels over 100 rushing yards. Did he get that?
Got like 80. He was pretty close.
Fuck.
Jamar Chase is my touchdown scorer.
If he plays. He's not playing now that you said that.
Yep.
I'll go with Anthony Richardson, rushing touchdown. Come on, Antonio.
Garrett Wilson's my touchdown scorer.
All right.
Nice.
I like it. I think that's who I picked last week, but now that you picked him this week, he's going to have like 3.
Bold take for me, Jalen Waddle, 2 touchdowns.
Okay. Bold take for me is I feel like I had one loaded up and I forgot about it. I don't know. I don't really have one.
Bold take from me, Bryce Young gets benched in the middle of this game or at halftime.
Oh, wow. I like that one.
Okay. Man, I have no idea.
Second bold take for me, Giants win by more than 10 points.
I'm not feeling any this week. Marvin Harrison, 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I like
that's
it.
bold enough.
No, that's definitely bold after last week.
All right. I think that's it.
All right, boys.
Until next time, gentlemen.
See you next week.